Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to episode number 365 of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. That's right, a full calendar year's worth of uploads in under a year, obviously, because of double uploads and stuff throughout the year. But yeah, thank you for all of your crazy support. Today is going to be the Club Tour / Hall of Fame episode that you guys have requested loads in the comment section. We're going to basically go through the timeline of players that have been very useful to me throughout the year, and then I'll show you my final team as well, of course, at the end. Do me a huge favor, smash the thumbs up button. Literally one little finger, little pinky like will make my day. Yeah, I can't believe we're uploading in September, man. Still playing FIFA 21 in September. What is going on? So yeah, let's get on into it. Now, if I just click this little game screen, boom, we transition into the video. I'm learning how to use PC, guys. Hopefully streams soon. So we start right here with Rodrigo. This was one of those starting players that everybody wanted, right? He cost a lot. He was very good for a Premier League striker, and I had him quite early on. Did a good job. And then actually we moved straight on to like my big first pack pull, which was Eden Hazard. I managed to get him the year before. I got him this year as well. He's not quite so expensive and stuff, and I think we got him untradeable. But yeah, I mean, we got ourselves an Eden Hazard. Hopefully we do the same again next year, or somebody of that sort of value, because it helps you out at the start for sure. You either get a really good untradeable player that you can use, or you get a solid amount of coins. Then we have Ousmane Dembele. Now this man right here, oh my god, what a beast. 5-star, such a great card at the start of the game. I swear I paid like 75k for him. Nowadays, he's not going to cost you anywhere near that, of course. But yeah, I mean, was in my team for quite a while at the beginning. You know, French, La Liga, Barcelona, he's just got good links. And of course, he's so usable on this game. And then we bought the Ansu Fati SBC. We paid for the Ansu Fati SBC. And this guy was in the team for quite a while. Of course, getting the links to Eden Hazard, getting the links to Ousmane Dembele and stuff. So one of them was like kind of like always off chem. But I played a bunch of games, I think, with this card. And it was good early doors. It really was. But this man, oof. This was like my dream striker. For like the first couple of months of this game, I swear, because Rashford was just so OP. 5-star skill moves. I soon realized on this game that that's what I liked. I liked 5-star skills over anything, because if you've got pace and you've got the skills, you can actually like really abuse those and get past those defenders. So yeah, Rashford was the one for a while, and we also got this Iñaki Williams SBC, which when you look at the stats now, it doesn't look like much, but 4-star skill moves, 88 pace, 90 dribbling. It was good for early doors. It really was. And he got quite a bunch of games in my club as well. Talisca. Now, I can't remember if I used him a ton, but he was a good SBC to do. I swear it was like 100k, but you got like a really well-rounded card. Could play in centre midfield all the way up to striker. And he did me dirty a few times as well when I came up against him. And eventually we got the coins. We got the coins we needed to buy not just the regular Neymar, but the Champions League blue version, all right? And it was at that point we realised, yes, 5-star, fantastic stats. He is going to be one of the best players on this game this year. And of course, it just became the sort of player that I needed in my squad throughout. Now, it's not the only version of him we've used. We'll get to that later on. I've basically built like 3 23-man squads for the Hall of Fame, so that's why I'm rattling through them, so this video is not like an hour long. But Sergio Roberto has to be in the Hall of Fame, that is for sure. And it's kind of worth noting that not all of these players are like proper Hall of Famers, like true MVPs of the series, but like notable mentions throughout the timeline of the year. And Sergio Roberto, mate, we made like I swear over 90 episodes we made about 10,000 coins profit on him. What a hero. I can't believe we kept him for so long. And then like as soon as I sold him, he doubled in price. What an L from me. And this was the first icon we got on the series this year. Clarence Seedorf definitely deserves a proper spot in the Hall of Fame. I used him for a ton of games. Might have been like 400 500 games, something like that. Was the staple of my midfield for a long old time. Super well-rounded, high, 4-star, 4-star. Like, stats were really good. And he was class, actually. He got a lot of goals, and he created a lot, defended a lot. Big up this man. He did such a good job for us on the RTG this year. He really did. One of the heroes for sure. And then Gravenberch was in there for a little bit. This card was super easy to unlock, and actually, again, had stats nearly as good as the man we just looked at before. And he was Dutch, so he linked to Seedorf as well, which was good. And then João Felix. This was like, I spent a lot of money. It was like a 400k plus SBC. So a lot of my fodder, a lot of my coins went into this card. And I did use him for quite a while. And I tell you what, there was a time where I thought, I don't understand how my attack's going to get much better than having Neymar and João Felix. Like, they're both 5-star skill. They just did such an amazing job. So how could it get any better? But little did I know that the players were going to keep going up and up and up throughout the year. And when we move on to Curtis Jones, there was a couple of Englishmen, right, that deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame this year. Curtis Jones is one of them. Wayne Rooney is another. Two fantastic players, two fantastic SBCs. They both cost quite a bit, but again, kind of like the staples of my midfield for quite a while. Rooney was very versatile. Play him as a centre mid, yeah, but also if you need a goal, he's got 95 shooting. And this was like, I swear, before Christmas. It might have been, it might not have been, I'm not sure, but it was early doors. So that was a very good stat to have at that point in time. So that right there is like the first squad. Actually, I don't know how we've gone the wrong way. It should have gone off here to go here. Right. So we'll talk about it just looking at this screen then. Fernando Torres, got him in an Icon SBC. Used him for a bit. He was good, and it was nice that he was like a new player for a new Icon for this year. And I tell you what, very solid for a little bit. I used him for a few weekend leagues. CDM Marquinhos, alongside like having that Adama Traore foot freeze. He was very good for me for a little while. And then, of course, you have Varane. Varane we packed fairly early on, and I did end up using him. And then I didn't for the longest time, and then we packed him. So I was like, what can I do? He's been very OP this year, and yeah, he was great. And then, of course, we moved on to away from the centre-backs at centre-backs to the full-backs at centre-back. And that's when Sean Kleiber came in. And alongside Sean Kleiber, of course, I and Robin came in, the flashback version. And these two together on that right-hand side, Robin, of course, with the 5-star skill moves, used him up front alongside João Felix for quite a while, and alongside with Neymar and stuff as well. It was a nice, easy link in a 4-5-1 to get full chem on Robin and Kleiber, and my goodness, were they very, very good. And then, of course, yeah, we got like the Acuna SBC, an unsung hero of the series for sure. This guy was super versatile, used him all over the park. And then the biggest pack of the series. Don't worry, we'll get to Ronaldo again in the proper, like, full-on Hall of Fame moments, but this guy, best pack I've ever had, best player I've ever used. Look at him, 1,000 games, 1,500 goals, 700 assists. Is pretty mental. Felt very lucky. This was like obviously what the RTG has been built on this year. Team of the Year's in January, and we were able to have such an amazing player from January onwards. So for a good 6 months plus. And then, of course, Dybala came out, which was great because it got me that link with Ronaldo, and he was very good as well, the Moments version. And then later on, obviously, the Footies version. But yeah, then we've talked about the Englishmen. And maybe these were after Christmas. I guess they probably were, right? That might just be my mistake. But yeah, that was team number 1. Let's go over to team number 2 then. And I'll just show you the squad. I'm not like trying to hide it or anything. But as you can see, these are the players that we're going to be talking about. So Mbabu came next, and there was a stage where we had like, I don't know where he's gone. I think I got rid of him. But Lars Bender as well. So there was Mbabu and Lars Bender. Those two, brilliant stuff. And then, of course, from an Icon Moments player pick, I think the first ever player pick version of an Icon SBC that I've done, we got ourselves Prime Van der Sar, who would become like one of the most used players in my club. 583 games on him. Yeah, towards the end of the cycle, I haven't used him as much. But it is nice, actually. Like, as much as it's kind of an L to get a goalkeeper in an Icon pick, it's kind of nice to have a solid keeper for like the rest of the game should you need one. And he does get those chemistry links out to the centre-backs. And eventually we did one of the cheapest and most affordable, decent icon SBCs this year. Carlos Puyol. He was like 280k from scratch, I'm pretty sure. And I did him for a lot less than that. And at the time, he was a lot more expensive. And at the time, 75 pace was a little bit on the... Like, he was just about usable for the pace. Obviously, the defending and physical were great at that stage of the game. But you partner him up alongside someone really quick. And you had a solid back line, that's for sure. Arturo Vidal came out as a footies. No, not footies. What am I saying? Foot birthday. We did this SBC over the Renato Sanchez one because he had 5-star skills and got a soft link to Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, this man was like when I had him and Essien as my midfield, they were like the Great Wall. It was unstoppable. I don't understand how you could get any better. But of course, the game elevated even further and we got way better. And, you know, eventually both of them have gone into an SBC for me because I wanted to get Ronaldinho, I wanted to get Cruyff, I wanted to get Messi. But yeah, for the longest time, this was my CDM partnership. And boy, did they cut out a lot of through balls. Did they make some surging runs, scored some goals. I loved them. I really did. And then we had the sweaty era, where, of course, we got the Foot Birthday Kent luckily in a pack. And I also had the headliner Tavernier. And that is one awesome perfect link throughout the mid-season of the game, the mid-cycle of the game. Kent was 5-star, felt as good as Neymar, and did a lot for me for a few weekend leagues in a row. Definitely used a ton of this card. He scored some goals and made some people rage quit, that is for sure. And then we moved on to like the team of the season time, all right? So I got Zambrotta throughout that sort of stage as well, because I knew it would be a fullback that would get a strong link and, of course, versatile as well. 4-star, 5-star. Used him for quite a long time too, mainly at right back, but sometimes at centre back or CDM, and he was definitely best at right back, to be fair. But got forward and got some goals, some important goals for the series too. And we move into tots. First couple of weeks of tots for me were okay. We got a couple of players, but not really noteworthy. I guess Leon Bailey is someone I've sort of missed out here. But when it comes to the Bundesliga, to get these guys within a couple of days of each other, a red 96 Kimmich, who is just class. I regret sticking the red into an SBC, I'm not going to lie. But I could probably buy the blue version for quite cheap at this stage of the game. But I definitely do regret putting my red version into, I think it was Ronaldinho, maybe, I'm not sure. But what a player. Alongside Goretzka, who was one of the most expensive players we packed throughout the RTG. This guy was like 2-point-something million. I think him and Jadon Sancho were the two most expensive Bundesliga tots, right? Unless Lewandowski was probably more than them. But yeah, 4-star, club 90. You don't expect a pack like that. I got him in a player pick, and of course I got Kimmich in the player pick from my red player picks as well. And that was during a gold 3 week. So I got one of my best red picks literally on a week that we got gold 3. So how about that, right? And then Ousmane Dembele finally during like La Liga tots got himself the 5-star, of course he is that anyway, but the flashback card with insane stats, and he moved incredibly well. Played for a few weekend leagues for me, but of course, at this stage of the game, I was changing and chopping teams like all over the place because there were just crazy new cards every week. So yeah, we used him quite a bit, and he's actually still in my club. I don't know why he's not featuring as an actual player. I never ended up getting rid of him. I got rid of Coutinho, did not get rid of the 5-star flashback Dembele though. And then we'll go on to the third and final team, which is basically the proper, like, real crazy, these guys deserve a medal, end game players that we managed to get this year. So we had the Euros this summer. And with that came Path to Glory. Now, I've been lucky enough to pack Llorente and Verratti, 2 Club 90 players. But I was very much looking at Verratti for the longest time, and I just couldn't afford him. So to actually have him I own him, first owner player in the club is cool. As well as Llorente, he goes into my like end game team, linking up to Ramos. But I bought Paredes, and I was loving the fact that Argentina would go on to win the Copa America because he ended up being a Club 90 5-star player. I did sell him, but eventually managed to pack him back. And it was a similar story for Foden and Acuna. These were two players that I'd actually packed as 94s. And then Foden obviously got, or did I pack him when he was 96? I can't remember. But Foden obviously got to the final with England and we lost on penalties. So he got to that final rating, which was the 98. But he just missed out on the 5-star, which literally meant he missed out on becoming probably one of the best players on the game. Yeah, damn it, man. I can't believe we lost on penalties. But it was really fun to follow the journey. And we packed Acuna as a 94. And he went on to become probably the best centre mid that we've ever had on any FIFA. Way into Club 90s, 94 shooting is the lowest stat that he's got. 5-star, and just look at those in-games, man. He is a complete and utter beast. And the fact that we got him in a player pick, we watched him go all the way up. And actually, he was like an unsung hero on previous FIFA and on this FIFA as well with the left-back version that we had. He definitely is a major Hall of Famer MVP of the series, that's for sure. When it comes to footies, I think these four stand out to me. Maybe Tavernier as well, but of course we got rid of him. Cuadrado, we had the red version of the tots and upgraded to this version. And I love him. He's brilliant. 5-star skill right back is fantastic. Atal, I mean, a series legend, obviously, from last year, got a Club 90, easy to unlock, 20 games to unlock on squad battles, 94 rated card. And I don't think I've used him as much as I wanted to. 95, not even 100 games. But of course, it is late game in the cycle. And he's been brilliant. I've played him at fullback. I've played him at CDM, all the way up to striker, out on the wings. He is that versatile. And with 5-star, of course, he is just nearly as good as Acuna in the midfield. And so is this guy, right? Renato Sanchez. We've only had him for one weekend league. Played a maximum of 30 games with this card. But I've loved every minute of it. He is rock solid. And it's a nice one to have in the club to look back on in future. And then alongside that, we managed to pick up someone that was a Hall of Famer throughout the series. That Moments Dybala, getting the 97 footies one. 5-star skills, of course. Only got 50 games on him, but he has been a super sub of dreams. He really has. And then, yeah, we unlocked Ramos. Ramos is the best centre-back I've ever used. He ties it with the crazy Virgil van Dijk that we were able to get last year. And then to be able to actually... My controller's ran out of batteries, man. That is annoying. Don't even know where more batteries are. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I found batteries behind me. Now, yeah, we got Ramos. He's the best player I've used as a centre-back, joint alongside is it 99 Van Dijk from last year? And then we were lucky enough to get Varane. So these two as a partnership, obviously with Varane being so OP this year, be able to have the best version of him was kind of nuts as well, and it's a nice strong link to Ramos. I just wish I would have done the Courtois SBC, or even if I did do him, I wish I didn't submit him. Can't even remember if we got him on in the series. But the biggest achievement I would say this year is that I own these 6 cards. I've not put a penny in. You know, the first one we packed Team of the Year Ronaldo. That is up there with the greatest achievement that any RTG can possibly do, right? Unless you pack like a Team of the Year Messi, or you pack a Prime Icon Moments R9 or Hullet or Ronaldinho or whatever it may be. It's up there as one of the best achievements that you can get for sure. And then we got ourselves the red Neymar. That's up there again as one of the better things that you could possibly do. And I got him from Gold 3. It's insane. And then the first week of Weekend League Plus objectives, I made sure I got the squad. I think it was it with a French team? I think we got enough French players together. And then when I got my 15th win, 1 of 5, 89 minimum rated players popped up. Who was the first player to pop up? This guy right here, Kylian Mbappe. Now, I have mistreated this card. I have called him a fraud multiple times. But still, he's one of the most OP cards on the game. We know it. We absolutely know it. And then, unfortunately, Zidane, my favourite player of all time, didn't get an SBC this year. He became part of the Icon Swaps objectives. And it was we've only just had the second set of objectives for that. And the series is basically finished, right? So that's why I didn't go for him. But instead of that, we were able to first complete Johan Cruyff. 5-star, 5-star, only got 62 games. But I remember just enjoying him so much in draft that when the SBC came out, I sent my club for it. And we got him, and we brought him in, and it was a lot of fun to have him up front alongside Neymar and Ronaldo. Oh, yeah, we just love it. And then, of course, Ronaldinho, probably up there in my top 3. I think Zidane, Ronaldinho, and R9 are like my favourite 3 players of all time. So Ronaldinho coming in. Unfortunately, this card just wasn't as good as it looked. I don't know why either. It really should be. When you look at those stats, there's no reason why this guy shouldn't be amazing. Something about him just didn't quite click with me. I'm not sure if I was just spoiled by all of the 5-star, crazy statted players at the end of this game. But still, it's so cool to own him. And then, of course, the 99 Messi transferred to PSG and upgraded to 5-star skill moves. What a card. This guy's got half a century for the club. And in that time has scored 37 goals, 16 assists. But we've had so many rage quits. And I gave 10 games of weekend league away, didn't I, at the end? So, unfortunately, 10 of those games shouldn't actually have counted. We've only really played 40 with him. But yeah, to actually say that I've owned these 6 cards on a 0 money spent RTG this year, EA have done a brilliant job. I have to actually say that. They have done it. I know we moan a lot of the time about the gameplay, the servers, the content being rubbish. But actually, I think the content, I'd say, has been the best this year. It may not have looked like that during tots, when tots came out and they were all lower rated than before, but it meant actually that it could progress the game later into the summer, and we're still uploading in September. It's nuts. They definitely increased the longevity of the game for me, and I've enjoyed it more during the latter stages, during the Festival of Football and footies, than I have throughout that mid-season, February to May. Like, I definitely enjoyed it more towards the end, and playing draft, getting me into a different game mode, unlocking these crazy players. Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. I've had a whale of a time. So yeah, that has been like the Hall of Fame section. Let's go to my squad, and the club tour effectively is this. Like, this is my end game team. Yeah, I'd quite like to have Oblak back in goal, and I could probably just about afford him actually, and I'll be able to after rewards. I think we'll be able to get maybe one episode, maybe one very short episode out after rewards. If I just send the final stuff for another 87 times 10 or 90 times 10, if we're able to get it done and if it's still there. But this is essentially the club tour, because if I look at the spaces that we've got, obviously I've done an 87 times 10 recently, so there's more than just a couple of players left. But yeah, this is the club. This is the rest of like the good stuff from the club. So there's an Ousmane Dembele there, Dumfries. We have Amavi and Alex Telles, both very, very good left backs, by the way. Do enjoy them. Sanchez I just got from the 87 times 10. These are probably the only two like staples that would stay in the club as well. Goretzka and Varane, 2 high value team of the season players that we were able to pack this year. And then yeah, I mean, like these two I was able to get in the 87 times 10 as well. So there's just nothing else other than that. It goes right down to silvers real quick, as you can see right here. Yeah, I mean, yes, these silvers have remained in the club all year because it wasn't worth putting them into SBCs. So this is the end game team. These guys, I think, are the most deserving of a spot on the bench. Maybe Modric gets swapped out for somebody else. But Atal, Cruyff, Dybala, Mbappe, 97 Nani now. They upgraded him finally. Unfortunately, I've just finished playing with the game, so I won't get to use him as a 97. But the card does look great, and for 40k, that's a wild SBC. 98 Verratti on the bench. He could just slot in here, and if I did have, if I had Oblak in goal, then he'd go back up to 7 chem. But I think Acuna definitely deserves that spot in the team, and I think this is the best squad that I can put together. Unreal team. In hindsight, I wouldn't have done Cruyff and Ronaldinho, and I would have got the 99 Pele done. I think that could be the only area of the game where we would have had a truly final endgame player in the squad. Whereas Cruyff and Ronaldinho, I'm not sure which one I prefer, but they're both a little bit under the levels of Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar. They just are in reality. So but this is my endgame team. That was the club tour. That was the Hall of Fame episode of the RTG. I hope you have enjoyed. Tomorrow, I'll do my final set of rewards. And then either in that video or in a video after it, I'll do one last send for whatever SBC I can do. It might not be anything big. I might only just be able to get an 87 times 10 done. But whatever it may be, I'll send it for you. And we'll have one last go at that. And then, yes, you can expect to see I won't do an episode 1 to 365, or 366 or 7, whatever it may be, whatever we end up on. I won't do a highlights of all of it, because it would just mean that the first 2/3 of it would be the stuff you've already seen. I'll do an episode 301 to 367 or whatever it is, highlights video for you guys at the weekend if I get that edited up in time, and then of course there'll be 4 epic videos for you to watch if you want to watch the whole series in like 3 or 4 hours, and you'll be able to find them on my channel. The highlights for episode 1 to 100, 101 to 200, 201 to 300, and then 301 to whatever we end on. Yeah, I mean, if this is maybe the last episode of the series that you're going to watch, just thank you. Thank you. I know it's probably been quite a long one in the end, over 25 minutes. But yeah, just a massive thanks for all of the crazy support this year. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow for rewards. If you could do me a huge favour and smash the thumbs up, literally one little pinky like would make my day. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Cheers. Twitter and Instagram, you can find me down there, so I don't completely ghost you guys for a couple of weeks when I stop uploading on YouTube. You'll see that I am still alive and kicking, and getting up to maybe some fun stuff just off camera or off YouTube, and chilling for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for the final rewards of the Road to Glory this year. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Peace.